Hello and welcome back to my Ottoman Empire Let's Play. We're currently working on extending the authority over the Kurds to get a few more building slots and getting some more decisions unlocked. We also, let's take a quick look, we need to get 13 more political power to construct the Tripoli Benghazi Railway. That'll get us a bunch more infrastructure, and risk will increase for some reason, but integration goes up 50%, which will be great. We're also currently re-putting our troops up here, so that way we can fight against Iran, because I think they got claims against us. But the way our troops are deploying is a little weird, not gonna lie. But it's fine. Not a big deal at all. Also, we need to see... These guys are probably going... I don't know if it's still... influence... I don't know how long I have, but we need to be ready for it. Let's go with... extend authority over the Kurds. And then we can also eradicate military disloyalty. Most of the military is in full support of the Grand Vizier or his allies in the army, but nonetheless exists a movement that has less interest in Kemal's ever-increasing power and those who believe the media's programs will not fix the empire as he claims, but instead will hasten its demise. We may need to correct this. Also, most people in the comment sections have been saying they want a democratic Ottoman Empire, which would mean, of course, lifting the state of emergency. But I'm not sure if that's what I want to do, like, next. Let's take a look around. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff over here I want to do. The Ottoman army, honestly, I mean, these aren't, like, super important. Maybe getting specialized desert regiments. But okay, wait, what's this? Saudis encroach on the Upper Oasis, placed on the border between Muscat and the former trucial states. Ownership of the oasis has been contested affair for many generations between the Sultan of Muscat and the emirs further north. The conquest of the latter by Ibn Saud has also taken over these old changes, using them for his own machinations. Zelensky, however, that Al-Waslan is not planning to stop his advances after taking oasis, and by claiming that they were once part of the great Wahhabist state, he will surely not stop until the city of Muscat is ablaze and the vile quiet is slaughtered all that oppose him. The further expansion of the Saudis and the collapse of a friendly Arab government would greatly harm Ottoman interests in the region. Wali Bazaar in Baghdad has requested assistance from the central government so we can defend the sovereignty of the Sultan Muscat. Offer them our assistance. We have more worrying threats. We will take this hit in stability. Part of me wants to confiscate the privy purse holdings. I mean, it's really hurting our stability, but that much consumer goods... like, that's really good. Here, we'll top you guys off with civs. And then we need building some military factories. I think that's what I'll do next. It'll stability. It'll be worth... oh my gosh, I'm way over. Alright, we will construct 600 days. Coup in Bulgaria. Centralize the tax. Alright, we need to get 50 political power for those guys again. Eradicate military disloyalty. Let's confiscate the privy purse holdings. Although the power of the monarchy has seen the state decline these past few years under the supervision of the ambitious party figures, kind of still the direct owner of vast swaths of the empire and use these lands for their own benefit and arrangement that depriving the state of resources in a state of crisis should be unacceptable and only fund religious extremists. Alright. We might need to do something to increase our stability soonish. It's fine for now. Japan announces her ambitions. I do need to be worrying about a potential war with you guys. 3 to 17 isn't that much, though. Right. Whenever we get a chance, you guys can start producing. Like this and that. Okay, now it's time. Wait, no, it's not time. We need to build some more. Just a little bit more. Once this is done, there's really no reason to not like jump ahead and just focus on building as much as we can. Tibet's joined the United Provinces. Settlement law, sure. Do we need to conscription whenever we get a chance? Alright, now, what do we want to do? We want to lift the state of emergency now. The Three Blacks project, not super important. This seems nice. We want to start working on our economy again. Like, that seems nice. That seems nice. These two are not super high important. Factory output would be nice. An act of Tigris and Euphrates navigation law. Okay, that's... No, that I can see super easily. That's not a priority. Naval dockyards, efficiency, like a research slot, civilian. Sell off the concessions, the oil operations. You know what? Let's go for the coal mining. Centered around the three of the main industrial resources: coal, iron, and oil. The Three Blacks project aims to expand domestic production to the point of the Ottoman Empire is capable of being self-sufficient. To achieve this goal, universities of the empires have, in cooperation with institutes all across Europe, worked towards the refinement of extraction methods and the exploration of new sites. 600 days. That will not be done before the... I'm almost certain will not be done before the war with the Cairo Pact, but it's fine. Well, here's what we'll do. For the time being, we will buy the 2 steel. But in the future, we will not. Okay, here, you know what? This is a waste right now. We're not winning no air game anytime soon. Okay. Flash Orda destroyed. I don't want to give an entire civ away for just that, you know? I can get still from that. It was really good. Okay, more computing speed. Improve infantry equipment. 5th Z League Zinking War. I guess these guys just aren't going to war with me, so I think it will be... These guys, remember correctly, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Iran going against me. What's Bulgaria doing? You had a coup. Alright, maybe you guys will go to war with me. I don't know. Need to be ready for it, though. Oh, cool. I can go straight to it. Already discovered in the 19th century the coal mines of Songo, unless a little exploitation during the most of the century, and it was only during World War II the sudden need for coal for the Ottoman fleet. London started to assert itself as an important economic center with the government planned for domestic steel production. London is to play a key role. Alright, these are the priority. I want to restrict them right now, though. Maybe if I knew they did more than just give the autocracy popularity, I might consider it. Right, I guess we'll take oil refining for now. But really, oh my god, no support equipment, like at all. Right, I mean, at least we're getting some production. These guys aren't going to, I think, immediately declare war on us. You guys, go back up there. Serbia canceled its own aggression pact. That's always a good sign. And then you guys can just go like this. Austria wins the World Cup. So I wonder with these... Right, coal mining done. Huh. So I have to actually... So... Okay, so apparently that was something I was supposed to be doing. I'm genius. Right, we'll do this. This bustling river is one of the most important natural features of our Middle East, bringing life to otherwise arid desert and providing an ideal way of communication and transportation. Furthermore, it's not solely an Iraqi river, but it leads to a deep impression on Kurdistan, Anatolia, and Syria. Focusing our efforts on this vein, the government hopes to strengthen these Ottoman bonds. Okay. And like these guys are like decentralization value. Okay, so that's the purpose of this. Okay, so I can go like here. Okay. That makes sense. Great monarchy restored in Greece. Alright, so to maintain a high enough water level in Tigris, the Seine Gulf irrigation canal around the city of Kat, construction workers started by an Ottoman Assyrian company in 1931 on a barge, worked were temporarily halted in early 1936 as major flood on the Tigris River flooded the construction site, which delayed the works for another 6 months. Construction of the barge was carried out by 2,500 Arab and Assyrian workers and involved the removal of 1,223,288 cubic meters of ground, while the barge itself, 191 cubic meters, crate was used. Splendid. And centralizing this gives us more Ottoman authority, but I don't know what Ottoman authority actually does. Oh wait, whoa, we probably need to... No, let's go ahead and lift the state of emergency. Although the marshals have shown us clear disgust for the weakness of decentralists which have led to the crisis of the empire only recently put in poverty, he still supports the national democracy, and with the nation stabilized and the economy recovering, he has cooperation with various political figures started to hand power back to the establishment and lift the state of emergency. I'm thinking this might make people hate us less. Whoa, opening... Announcement of the quiet casual rude awakening by the presence of Iranian detachment to their shore this morning. As yet another move in the mountain changes of the Arab Gulf, the government of Tehran has seemingly united taken control of the entire Strait of Hormuz. An occupation has been without bloodshed, seemingly being led from the raiding cruiser Papos, where shortly after 6 a.m. a group of 5 lifeboats were disembarked and sent towards the harbor of Papos. After a short kerfuffle with a small civilian garrison in Papos Castle, the Muscats surrendered and the Iranian flag was hoisted in the battle amidst the signal of the new role of the peninsula. This blatant act of aggression has cut our dominion in the Gulf and our traditional partners in India, which caused great government in Basra and Baghdad. Officials are demanding an immediate response to the threat, showcasing strength of the Ottoman fleet and giving Iranians a warning they won't soon forget. Set sail. Cannot risk war. We set sail. Which means I guess it's time to send our troops back. But I ran, bro. Alright, seeming schedule for the Ottoman fleet, the Iranians have packed up their bags and composed and returned to Papos. With the Iranian presence removed from the peninsula, question remains its future. The Sultan of Muscat, company capable of defending it against even the smallest of armies, and with rising importance from the Strait of the global economy being the vein connects Iraq and brought oil to the world. Soon this escorts would not be better for security if the permanent Ottoman garrison established on the peninsula. Hand it back. We lose war support. Oh, maybe it's not that land. What land is this? Okay, Qatar. No, we'll take it for a decrease in decrease in their the resistance. Alright guys, let's hold that here. These guys are gonna hate us even more. Yeah, these guys hate us. The fall of Burgos. Centralize the authority. I still don't know exactly what centralizing the authority does. Probably good though. Install loyal administrators. Fulfilling the role of as the Marshal State has announced into a short-lived dictatorship. Declaring that all those responsible for the crimes against the former Grand Vizier have received their fate and laying down his emergency powers. The intentions of the Marshal seem true and a return to democracy is now back in sight. To ensure stability and to ample time for election preparations, Mount Pasha will temporarily retain position of Grand Vizier, but with limited jurisdiction until Parliament reconvenes. Alright. I thought that would give us some more cool stuff, but it didn't. But that's fine, that's fine. Let's go with the 14 Economic Commission. While the Ottoman Empire has seen a distant rise in industrial capacity and reduction in its dependence on agricultural exports, the empire lacks a clear vision to really guide the nation towards the future. To fix that, the government has decreed the creation of the 14 Economic Commissions, each with its own areas to formulate a centralization plan for the future. Right, and the OHF is back in control. Let's go for more construction. Synthetic, we'll get more from refineries. Idris returns to the throne. Exiled prince of the Sinor, Idris has returned to his self-imposed exile in Cairo. His nephew, Azaz Zaban Ibn al-Sharif, has been forced to resign, and all remaining Al-Manzar is being kicked out of the journey. Their new leader has also decided to move his capital closer to the Egyptian border, a clear sign of his anti-Ottoman ambition. The city of Girbad transferred to Smyrna at the end of the war, but now was to create official capital of Smyrna. The spiritual center of the order, which is home to its main educational failures and forbidden to all non-Muslims, lies deep within the desert, and will make it especially hard for any Ottoman intervention to occur. Put down the order. We should bide our time. You guys, the important thing here is that you guys hurry. Alright, we are losing Benghazi. Come on, guys. Why is the infantry so fast? Like, not that I'm complaining, but... Okay, yeah, we're going to make it here. Formation of the Clauscus. Encouraged by the Marshal of the Furious, political parties would be brought together to create the rapidly known as the Claus or the Endeavor Front, including people from all factions, both Eastern Chosen and Centralist front strive to provide a stable social government till all foreign threats have been abated and internal situation pacified. Although various civil figures, especially among ranks of the IHF, has announced the initiative and serve as a cover for continued military guidance, Mir Kawat has openly accepted the offer and has been seen together with some for Istanbul press. Unlikely that they fully see eye to eye on the matters of political reform and dwindling atomic power of the port, but these two heavyweights are uniting their forces. There we go. The 14 Commission. Striving for austerity. The global market heavily influxed after its share of disasters in the last decade. Many economists have called to push for austerity or economic self-sufficiency, although the empire has a long way to go, deriving mainly from its lack of large industrial base, plans for cement, steel, textile, etc. Factories have already been approved by the Economic Commission. Here, let's go over there. Pushing here is much more important. The McCall's project. And the fall of Beijing. There we go. That's what we want. Camels. That's actually pretty cool. I know there's a way I can get camels. Just need to actually look for it. I don't know what these guys are doing. But whatever it is not working. Leader of two failed attempts to carve out a Kurdish kingdom, the infamous Sheikh Mohammed has been sent in contact again with the representatives of the Iranian government, according to our spies. Mohammed Sheikh and other Kurds think for most of his failures, his unwillingness to subordinate themselves to the Sheikh would be their downfall. Ottoman officials in Iraq were quick to exploit their differences by utilizing Kurdish forces to oppose them during the powerful job forced to flee across the border to Iran. Attempts by the Iranian government to supply his troops and send them back to cause havoc on the Ottoman periphery became less and less successful as even his closest support started to believe the window had closed. Furthermore, the Turks have countered this subterfuge with Kurdish bonds of their own. Mimics occurred various warlords of Iranian Kurdistan feared many of the Assyrians from his excess cruelty near Lake during the closest stages of Wild Creek has found has been a factor to the Ottoman government. Sometimes even going as far as slightly fighting under a Turkish flag. This warlord caused great havoc and even successfully defeated the Iranian army. Nevertheless, reinforcements from Iran would ultimately prove his demise as he was plugged further south across the border. This back and forth game between the two powers came to an end in 1927. The administration of Mustafa Kemal and the Iranian Shah concluded this bad pact. Both sides would from now on stop fostering Kurdish descent to the other side of the border, as the danger of the awakening Kurdish nationalism regarded as detriment to both interests of all sides. And few low-level troublemakers were exchanged to symbolic gesture while both sides were confirmed the 1913 Ottoman border. In 1938, although the arrangements of the Liberal Entente tried their best to rally their troops and put a propaganda decision, the Morales to hold the election within 2 months has made any form of victory by their front nigh impossible. This was further exacerbated by the closing ranks with the OHF and information and diverse front between various powerful parties. Furthermore, there was strong support for the Ottoman bureaucracy in the front. What legacy the TUP can be carried forward depends on this. The last ballots were counted and there was no surprise at the front and successfully acquired the land side to aim for. Ooh, new focus tree. Let's get this. Regularly used by the Ottoman army to cover its flanks or to perform the dirty work. Regulars make up a not insignificant amount of our army. They often recruited from Kurdish, Syrian, and Iraqi tribes and are highly disloyal and unjust races. So the time has come to eradicate these practices and incorporate any strangers into the full Ottoman army. Alright, here, let's just go for the capitals. You there, you liberate Benghazi. We might not even need to take the other cities if I'm being 100% honest. Yeah, we already got that. Alright, we will take all states. Alright, so here's what I think. Oh, really? Really, bro? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to enshrine the Endeavor Front. Power gain 50%, stability 20%, social liberals goes up, authority goes up. Alright. Including key politicians from all fronts, both centralists and decentralists, the Endeavor Front strives to provide a stable transitional government until all foreign threats have abated internal situation has focusing largely on military figures related to the OHF with the use of the front list also include various Arabs and other minorities to ensure lasting peace. So here's what we're going to do. You guys are actually going to go up there, while everyone else is going to return to being back here. These planes will go back up to Constantinople. And let's see, is there a thing to pop up to be like, hey, would you like to make a puppet? It doesn't look like it. Right, for right now, everything looks good. We can actually stop trading one of these. And let's actually spend that instead. Doing this, so that way we can produce a few more of these. But we actually have ran out of time for this episode. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one.